Good morning, everybody. As you can see, it's another nice morning, although we do have rain in the forecast. My grapes are ready to harvest again, and these are just coming on a bit. I was just going to have a quick check of these to see if there's any obvious gaps, so I'll just quickly run up and down here a little bit and hope that there's no obvious gaps. I forgot to send the machine back last night, so I've had to pay for another day's hire, unfortunately. There's maybe a bit of a gap there, maybe okay. My fault. I worked till, nearly midnight last night. We carried on doing fertilising contracts, and I'll show you on the map. So I took a screenshot of me doing the fertilising contract in here, because this was a really good contract in terms of money, you might expect for the size. And then I got a contract slightly more than that one here. But whilst for some reason, it wasn't showing as being done, if that makes sense. So I actually, probably after doing about a third of it, I stopped doing it and just cancelled the contract, because I was concerned that I'd spent money on fertilising it, but I wasn't actually registering that I was actually doing anything on the field. So that was a bit worrying, so I chose to stop fertilising that one last night. So it's a shame. Hopefully it's nothing serious with the actual map, if I just break the fourth wall for a second. But yeah, these are looking pretty good, I have to say. They will need second fertilisation themselves, which I will do possibly before. I'm trying to decide, I might do it quickly. I'd like to try and get the harvest done before it rains, if I can. Probably should have skipped on and went up, because I checked that side. So yeah, there's the plan for the day. So the bank balance is looking better. I'd hoped, had I got that field done, I'd have been closer to the 100,000 mark. But as I say, unfortunately, it didn't work out. These things happen, and that's kind of the second thing, because I had a problem with field 14 in this area as well. Not being able to access the top end of it. Again, when I did a contract and I did most of that field at some point, and it just failed. Anyway, these are definitely looking good, and it looks like my worker did a good job of getting them done. I'll definitely be hiring them again when I come to replacing out the other crops, which could be, depending on weather, later today or tomorrow, because I've got a bit of money there to be able to start doing that. Although I did say I wanted to see how much of a difference it actually made in yield first as well, because this one's slightly shorter than that one. So it would be interesting to see what I get off this as a yield once it's fully fertilised, etc. Right, okay, so I'm happy with that. So we'll go and get our machine out of here. Hold on. Oh yeah, he's over there off the take there. I just parked the tractor and left the spreader on the back. Actually, I'm thinking, because I'm so bad at straight lines, I tend to find it might be easier to do with a liquid fertiliser because then you've got something to help you guide that line a bit better. The sprayer's quite expensive though. So again, it would be a bit further down the line, but if I can do it so that it's me that's doing it, and I don't have to hire workers, then it'll be a decent investment in the long run. So let's get these done. Oh, obviously I'm not lowered. You don't lower it, it doesn't work, and the lowering of it's, yeah, you know, there's hardly any difference, it's difficult to see. Now we are. Yeah. So I'll probably have a look at the price of land hereabouts, because I'm thinking there's an area, I think it's just over, this one opposite here. There is an area around here that I thought would be quite good to put in like a little place for a horse. As I say, I would like a horse. I might see if I can get a contract for harvesting oats at some point, that so you know you get that little bit extra. So if I can harvest some oats and get the little extra, instead of selling it on, I'll stick it in the silo and keep it for when I get a horse. And I think those bales up at the empty farm, you know, I think I could probably take the hay and straw bales as well from there. Maybe just have to hire a little trailer to put them on and bring them down as well, and keep them too for horses. And hay will also be handy for sheep if I ever get round to that. Okay. I think I put the radio on yesterday, but I think the volume on the radio was quite quiet, and I haven't looked at the settings to turn it up, so I may do that in a minute. It's quite nice to have some music while you're working away on jobs such as this. If it rains, we'll also have a look to see, because if it rains we can still do fertilising contracts. Yeah, that area just in front of me there, it's quite, just jump out, it's quite a really nice open area. I'm not quite sure how much it would be to buy that, but I thought it'd be quite good place to possibly put down a horse, place for horses, but we'll see. Yeah, so if it's wet I can still fertilise, plough, and if I need to I can cultivate as well. I could just use the cultivator. So there are things I can still do if it rains. I would just stop harvesting because, yeah, sometimes you know, it's just not a good idea to harvest when it's raining, even grapes. So yep. I don't have access to detailed weather currently, so I can only just guess at when it's going to. I only just say it's going to rain some point today. When that will be, I do not know. Sometimes it can be shortly after that appears. Sometimes it can be, you know, up to 6 hours after that appears. It's not really the most accurate of forecasting, unfortunately. So what I might do, because you know I don't want you having to watch me doing this day in day out, or at least every second day. So when I get to the top of here, I'll stop the recording, and maybe if it rains or if we get finished, then I'll come back to you then and maybe do something a little bit different. Okay, we shall catch you all in a little while. Well, as you can see, it started raining, so I am going to go do something different. And I was looking at some contracts actually. Clearly, field 28's been fertilised again, so there we go, we're going with that. Yeah, we can't harvest anything, but we certainly can, as I say, do some fertilising, so we're going to go with that. I can't remember if I filled this up before I parked it off, but if not, I will do. So I think I was saying, you know, I might get spray fertilising tank, but they are expensive, so I'm going to have to do quite a few more contracts before I can think about getting one of those to save me, you know, having to get a worker to do it. I do like the rain. I can't remember if I've got this way I'm going. Yes. But I do find with sprayers I'm a bit easier at following. I do find the lines a bit easier to follow. It's just as I say that they expensive beasties. So it's about 24 hours ago we actually were last in this field, so it's good to see that there's now I keep trying to do that, and instead I do something altogether different and jump out a moving tractor. I tweaked the radio, so hopefully it's a bit more hearable in the background. So yeah, as we're driving, so the bits of land, I think it's somewhere about here. Oh, I'll tell you what I did do actually, and I probably should have did it with this 33 strip. So when I did harvest 30, 32 and 31 strips, what I did is I harvested each strip, wrote down the what the yield was in litres that I got for each strip. So when I come to sort them out for new vines, plus they're fully fertilised, etc., it'll be interesting to see what difference it makes. What I found interesting now, there wasn't a huge amount of difference in yield, even though this one looks to be slightly bigger. It might not be really bigger, just I guess it might depend on the width as well. But yeah, 31 had a slightly less of a yield than 32. Could have been me, could have missed bits. But anyway, so this piece of land here that I want to buy, see if I can select it. So that's 48,000, but that's only part of it. So that's 10,000, that's 16,000, and yeah, that's 48,000. So I'd be looking to buy this whole bit. So if I go 50, well, obviously 60, because that's 70, so I'm looking at 70,000 just to get this bit. And of course I do want to buy this bit here, to have sheep in that in it, and as you can see that's 358,000 and odd, so expensive, but it is what it is. So there we go, that's what we're saving up for. And to be honest, even though I wanted the cheaper bit would be for the horse, I actually might buy it and put sheep in it for now, because it's going to be a long time, not right this moment buying it obviously, but it's going to be a long time before I can afford to buy it for the other bit. So yeah, and sheep will bring me, although horses are quite good income as well. You ride them every day and train them up, you can sell them about 50 grand a pop, so it's maybe not a bad investment. I mean, I own, let's have a look at this again. So if you look at what I own, which is this, and I'm just wondering if I can squeeze in this bit here a horsey thing in there. I might have a look at that later, but then it's going to be right in my back garden, which, you know, I've got other intentions for in the long run, I guess, but yeah, but in the short term it might not be a bad idea to put horses there, because it would at least give me an additional income. I think I'll think about that. And it's not, you know, you get that 50,000 is quite quick, and actually it's probably more than you get that I'd get for sheep. It would take me a long time to be earning that for sheep, for wool. That's something to think of. Now, my tractor's starting to run down a little bit. It's going to need a bit of maintenance done to it. I tried to put a toolbox thing on my farm, but it's not working. So I will probably at some point the next time I'm up towards the shop, there's a little area there that I can fix it in and fill up with fuel as well. Although I do have fuel there on the farm. I've not tried that. Maybe I should try and see if that's working as well. Breaking the fourth wall again slightly, because of some of the issues with this map. I'm concerned that any update to fix it will require a brand new game save, which means I'm going to have to spend time trying to build it back up to where, you know, wherever I am when it gets fixed. We'll deal with that if it happens. I do like it here, so I'm hoping to do a reasonable playthrough on this. I won't be recording, necessarily putting out a recording every day, but yeah, we'll see how we go. It all depends when other things in my life happen. So okay, so we'll finish this field and probably pop back to the farm, to fill up the fertilizer tank again, have a spot of lunch, and then look to see what else is needing doing. As I say, preferably more fertilizing contracts. Not the most exciting thing for you to be watching, but I mean, to be fair, that is what it is what it is, basically. This is what the farming is. It's things need doing, and you do them. They may be not overly exciting, particularly because I've got quite a very small sort of stuff going on my own farm at the moment. So, and unfortunately, you don't get the option of contracts for looking after other people's animals. It would be nice if to do that, maybe on the next version of this game. But yeah, so it's all field sort of work stuff like this. But it brings in the money, and the money means then I have a chance to expand the farm and do more. I've kind of lost the line here now. So it came up, yeah, it's way over there. Yeah. Am I online? I think I'm online. A wee bit. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So I'm not sure how interesting this is going to be for people watching these, but you know, feel free to fast forward. As always. I mean, yeah, I could do time lapse and a lot of this stuff, but that's not always a great thing either. So instead, you just get to hear me waffle on about what I would like to be doing on the farm. One of the things I love about this area as well is it's not busy with stuff and buildings. There are quite a few around and they're quite nice to see. Like to see the river there. I tried to jump in the boat in the harbour and fell right through it into the water. So I won't do that again. So there's a lot of scope there for taking down these trees and putting in a bit more land of my own if I wanted to, a bit more fields of my own. Yeah, I think certainly at some point I will look to expand my yard. It can be finished. So yeah. It's a funny shape, this field, I think. Let's see if this is working okay today. Yes, it is. That's good. If I look, 23, that was the one that was not working yesterday. I may give it another go after I finish this one and see if I can get it to actually work today. Hopefully it was just a little glitch and it's all fixed. Right. I'm sure I did this better. I did dark again. Probably just like I probably should have went around the outside edge a bit. It's a bit of a weird shaped field. In fact, I might just do that. No, because of the trees and stuff, it's easier for me to just go. That's what I get for switching off stuff and go back in. Just quickly do this outside edge just to get away from the trees. Yeah. Definitely do not like, especially, you know, when I've not got enough lot of money wasting fertilizer. It's just too expensive to waste. I made a little bit there, so. Thunder's rumbling. It looks like the rain's going to be on for much of today because I'm not seeing anything else in the forecast at the moment, so we're probably in for a few hours of rain at the least. But yeah, see, this field is weird shape because we're definitely... Oh, sorry, that was my fault. not driving very well. Didn't think I was driving anymore. Oops. So given I made a mess coming down that side, it's going to look a bit weird, I think. Actually not as bad as I thought it might do. So a couple of passes, hopefully I'll finish off this contract. And I can scoop up the next one. This is quite a bit of fertiliser, but it is a big field. So yeah, maybe horses first then, and then we will start making a bit of money from that. I say horses, it'll probably just be a horse. I have two would be the max, because they are, you know, you do have to get on them and ride them every day to make sure that they remain healthy and fit, and also increase in value, so, you know. That means I can't get too attached to them, because initially I was just thinking that I'd just get a horse for myself and keep it. But now I'm thinking actually I'd like to maybe make some money from them. So, and that's a slightly different way of doing things, so yeah. If I can make enough money in the next 12 hours or so, I might get enough to buy the land. I can't remember how much. I'll need to check how much it is to buy the pasture, but you know, all the stuff I need for the horse, you know. So yeah, and we still need, I mean, I can just give them hay to start with, but oats would be handy as well. Right, so quickly and grab this one and hope that this time this is going to work. There's another one at 7,000 there if we can. Oh, look at that, flowering already. That wasn't a minute ago, was it? It's quick. Blinked and up came the flowers. Right, map, so I can find my way. I don't want to go that way, I think I want to go this way, back to the farm. I mean, I get back to the farm the other way as well. I think it's, I was about to say it's probably quicker this way, but clearly I'm havering. So we're just going to take a shortcut now, because we're hungry and we need some lunch. And, well, that contract should remain there until we're ready to do it, so it's fine. Although weirdly sometimes things go weird on them. Right, I'll just park out the front here. Just on the road. Not like there's any traffic, so yep. Engine off, radio off, and right, be back in a bit. Oh yeah, it's a spare room if anybody wants to come visit. Bathroom is in there. Right, okay, I'll see you in about half an hour? Okay, catch you in a bit. Okay, here we are, and we're heading off up to field 23. I think I can get to it this way. So I was in there last night, but it was dark, well dark by then. 24, 25. It's quite a big field, so it should be easy to find. I think it's coming up on the right hand side here. I don't think there's any crop come through. I wonder if it actually got. Oh, I should not do that. Any fertilization stage. So let me just try this then. I'm going to find the start point here. And you know, keep hitting the wrong button, and I don't know why, because it's not like I haven't been on doing this for a long time. Right. Yeah, look, we've got progress this time, which we did not have yesterday, so that's good, that's good. I'm feeling quite happy about that. Not feeling happy about is that I forgot to fill up my fertilizer. So I'll probably get up here, turn, and I don't know what's closest to me now. That was your second. You need lime. Let's have a look. I think I might have to take off you. Right, yeah, see, it didn't take any fertilizer last night. I might just pop along to the lime station, which is also where you can buy fertilizer. Once I get to the top of this row, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I'll probably be buying some again eventually, so it just saves me from going all the way back to the farm. So we'll hopefully get the grapes finished off harvesting tomorrow, and then we'll see what yield I get for the reds as well. I think we may look at, as I say, putting in, you know, replacing that second set at I think it's at 30, 32, to see how that goes. Right, did I take my cover? Does my cover come off? Oh, let's find out. It just looks like it's still on. Yep, fertilizer. And you can see just for half, you know, it's 2,500 for, well, slightly over half, but you can see how much it costs in dollars for, you know, not even filling this thing. That's why this type of fertilizer is expensive. There, if I can get silage or corn or whatever, and silage the corn or the grass, whatever, then I can start making a fair bit of money that way. But I'm not sure that's the route I want to go down, because I don't really want to be thinking of making silage if I've got cows in. Push the right button. It's so good. Right, okay, so right, it's still, let's have a quick look. You probably hear me going backwards and forwards on the buttons here. Yeah, it's going down, it's showing it's going down. It's the numbers are going up there, it's all good. I'm happy with that. We're getting close to getting to our Sorry, let's put some music on. I'm just drifting off here. But sometimes it's quite nice just to a little bit of peace and quiet, aye. Okay, I think what I'll do is, even though I've got the video going on in the background there, is that I will pause it here for a little bit and come back to you maybe a bit later in the day, and we'll see where we're at money wise. Look it up. Okay, as you can see, it's still raining. There's a fertilizer. There's one small fertilizing contract left that wasn't there a minute ago. Most of those are harvesting, and yeah, can't do that in the rain. So, given that, this morning we took a note of what the yield was for these. We're biting the bullet, and we are now going to get rid of these, because I've still got that thing leased anyway, so I'd be as well getting this done. And yeah, so I'll do this, lime it, cultivate it, fertilise it, get some to come along and sow it. Do I do both is the question. It does mean that I'll be without a yield for potentially a couple of days. But yeah, there's usually enough contract stuff to do. So what I'll do is I'll do this one first and then see what the time is as well. See what other contracts come up. I don't know when it's going to stop raining. I'm hoping it's not going to be on for too long. I have seen it go on for days. And then again, haven't we all? Well, depending on where you live, obviously. Maybe not. It's certainly where I come from in Scotland, we can get rain for days. And I bought this, so I'm using it. So yeah. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I don't think there's an awful lot of recording time left, but that's possibly because I've lost a bit of track. So I don't think you'll get to see me doing, or get to see the work of sowing the crop, which I actually want to show you at some point, just so you can see what a pain that machine is. It's maybe if I do the other one tomorrow, perhaps we'll see. But I do need to get this one done before dark, and I don't think I'll be able to. I'll come back and get those. I'll have to tweak the machine a bit. So yeah, So yeah, so is it, so I think I should just stop speaking. Right. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, just a couple down here. I'm going to have to get out because it's raining and it's a bit dark as well. So it's just one plant, so it's a bit weird. Now then, this is the bit weird. I don't want to really widen that out. Just want to do that. There we go. Now I'm going to empty the fertilizer out spreader and put some lime in it. Then I'll cultivate it. Put the first with the fertilizer on, and then I'll get a worker to come in. I'm not sure, I can't remember how much is left in there. Hopefully it's enough to do at least one more set, you know. I've got to buy another one. Let's see, I seem to have parked the cultivator quite a bit of ways. Okay, so we've got some lime in this one, so I'll fill this up using this first. Headphones are sore in the head. Then I'll go get this. There we go. Might not have needed that actually, because it is just a quick. Again, we'll see how it goes. We eat through a line much quicker than we eat through fertilizer. And I'll try and get roughly up the middle. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Try to get it spread more or less. You don't need it to be perfect. It's going to be not too bad at all. As long as it gets these bits, it's the main thing. Right, okay, let's just do a bit in this corner here. Take a look at the map. Okay, put these back on again. So just, yeah, you can just see the edges there, it's still saying it needs limed. But, to be honest, it's kind of outside the, well, maybe a wee bit. Okay, I'll get it done. That was me trying to save lime and die either for money. I don't want it to run right across the other side. Would like it to come right down this side though. Not paying any attention yet. Yeah, I could have just done it in 2 passes. I'll probably do that when I do the next one then. Maybe as well. If it's just going to do that. It's just a shame it's just outside the scope of this spreader. Definitely want to go across into the other ones. there we go. So, I nearly emptied this lime tank. Lime's not, I don't think it's as, yeah, it's not as expensive as fertilizer, so slightly less painful. Right, take that out. I'll just quickly put this back in here, and then I'll go get the cultivator. Actually, well, I will do this before the cultivator. I may as well do it now. I've got it on the back. It will cultivate it. Maybe just fertilise it again after I finish cultivating. So I'll have to do this in 2 passes then, because to make sure it's fully fertilised. Yeah, so as I say, lime's not as expensive per litre, but you eat through it, as you would have seen there, much quicker, because that took nearly enough time. Fair enough. It was fairly getting spread out. If I come up here, this should do it. Yeah. That's my timer. We may actually be out of time, people. So, and I'm now wasting stuff. Okay, shut up. Okay, I'll quickly say goodbye. Just in case I'm a bit tight for time, I may do a bit of tweaking in the editing. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully the next time I see you, this will all be planted up and starting to grow. Okay, bye for now.